The village of Black Hollow lay shrouded in mist year-round, nestled between a dead forest and a cursed lake. Children were told not to wander past the willow line, where the trees grew twisted and the light refused to fall. It wasn't just the animals that disappeared there, it was people. Locals spoke of three witches, once sisters burned alive centuries ago by villagers, but their souls never passed on. Instead, they anchored themselves to a tree deep in the woods. That tree, known as the Black Hollow tree, stood in the exact center of the forest. Leafless, massive, carved with runes that bled sap like veins. Never mock the tree, they warned, and never speak the witches' names. Of course, Jonah, city-born and proud, didn't believe a word. He had inherited a crumbling cottage on the edge of the forest and moved in, hoping to write a book about rural superstitions. On his first night, he heard something, whispers coming from the woods. At first, he thought it was the wind, but the voices were repeating something, a chant. Over and over, ashes to dust, blood to bone, soul to root, you die alone. He recorded the sound on his phone, intending to mock it in his writing. That night, he dreamed of three women with no eyes and mouths, full of ash, standing around a fire, pointing at him. The next morning, he found a bundle of sticks on his porch, tied with human hair. He laughed it off, until the second night. The chanting returned, louder, clearer, and now it was inside the house. Jonah searched every room. He even opened the basement, which the real estate agent told him to leave alone. Down there, he found a wooden effigy, a woman with her arms outstretched, mouth open, screaming. It was surrounded by burned-out candles and a cracked porcelain mask. Still, he didn't leave. On the third night, the night of the blood moon, Jonah entered the woods. His only weapon was a lantern and his own arrogance. He followed the whispers. Trees began to look identical. The path folded in on itself. And then, the clearing. The Black Hollow tree towered over him, its bark writhing like muscle, roots pulsing like veins. He spit at it. "You're nothing but a story," he muttered, and the lantern went out. In the silence, he heard three breaths, not his own. He turned slowly. Behind him stood three witches, suspended in the air, faces pale and cracked like old porcelain. Their mouths were sewn shut with thorns, yet the chant echoed louder than ever. "You woke us. You mocked us. Now feed us." Jonah ran, but the forest was no longer real. It bent and twisted, trees forming walls. No matter which way he ran, he returned to the tree. The witches circled him slowly. Their eyes opened, black pits filled with fire. His voice failed, his legs gave out. He crawled toward the edge of the circle, and then the youngest witch knelt beside him. "Do you know our names?" she whispered. "No," he gasped. She smiled. "Then you'll stay until someone else speaks yours." With a scream, Jonah was pulled into the soil. The ground swallowed him whole. The forest went silent once more. A week later, hikers found his phone by the tree. The last recording was 17 seconds long. It played nothing but three words, whispered softly over and over: "Jonah, Jonah, Jonah." The locals never retrieved the phone, and every blood moon since, they say a new name is added to the chant. Don't enter Black Hollow. Don't mock the tree. And for the love of all things, never speak a witch's name.